My name's Minky and I make a bunch of noise on the guitar. I mean, we've had quite a few good experiences actually, which is nice to say, but number one experience, does it have to be during a show? Because we've had some good experiences after. Actually, Club 85, we were backstage just about to go on, and I was trying to get a fiver out of the wallet to go to the bar, and I found a couple of old Johnnies, and Henry and I blew one up, and we were doing a bit of a warm-up before you go on to the show by doing some keepy uppies with this Johnny that had been blown up. And then somehow, halfway through the set, it seemed to materialise. So that was quite amusing. And then the crowd were enjoying it. They were playing some football as well. So yeah, the Johnny incident.
Favourite song to play live?
Probably Good Time to Go. It's got a good groove to it. It's just a cracking tune that has good structure to it. And the breakdown hits every time. So either that or Innovator, I think. Because similar reasons. I think the structure really works as far as... Although I can say this because I didn't write them, so. But I think the structure works nicely, in that it gets the crowd at the right kind of, in the right place, in the right frame of mind. And so it always pops off live. I hate playing free falling because it's really, really difficult. So, no, actually I do enjoy that. But it is definitely the moment in the set where I sweat a few beads down my face. But no, to be honest, I wouldn't be in the band if the tunes weren't good to play live, so. I enjoy all of them really. Freefall is difficult for me just because there's a lot of negative space which you've got to be quite disciplined to respect as far as my parts are concerned. And then when you do come in, you've got to get it right. And certainly as this track builds, there's a brilliant bit at the end where the vocals are all sort of, there's a climax there and the guitar's doing its sort of thing, feeding back, and to be able to get to that point is really rewarding, but it's taken some work to get that right really. So, but it's hard, but it's very, very rewarding.
Craziest, weirdest, funniest story of being in the band so far, on or off stage?
Well, the Johnny incident was fun. Well, actually, I've been told off a few times for jumping onto various bits of gear during shows. That's not really, that's entirely my fault and nobody else's. To be honest, the craziest thing for me was at the Club 85 gig. Was the atmosphere before the show, and that kind of buzz in the air, and then we were, side stage waiting to come on, and it was almost palpable. Is that a word? You could almost taste the excitement in the air. So that was a bit surreal. And then Henry had a great intro on the drums, and the lighting was fantastic. So that's probably the craziest moment for me, looking through my own eyeballs. I couldn't really put two and two together, but then the jigsaw came together, and it was a wicked show. So. Oh, the EP was fucking great. No, the EP was great for me because I didn't do fuck all on it, which means no stress. But no, to be honest, I've heard the rough mixes, and then I've heard the final mixes, and it's getting mastered now, and it sounds phenomenal. It's always difficult to translate what you sound like live onto record so that it really represents what the band's about and capturing that same energy. But from what I've heard of the EP so far, it really has. And it's what made me fall in love with some of the songs, because you can finally hear it from a third-person perspective, and that gives you a whole new viewpoint on it. And so I've really enjoyed hearing what the lads have done together in studio, and maybe one day I'll be allowed to be on the EP, but we'll see where it goes. To be honest, I'm just satisfied doing what we do. The lads are great, and it's great getting together and having people enjoy the show and playing some cracking tunes. At the end of the day, I'm fairly content. But if we could have a load of money, that would be fantastic. Probably Daniel, because he tries to drink me under the table and he fails every time. And then I've got to take care of him. That's my answer.